So we ended up getting ready for our Carrabelle jump. We ended up having to stay in Carrabelle for about 2 months or 2 weeks because of the weather. You have to find a really nice window to get across the about 120-mile hop. It's an overnight sail generally. So we took off and went to Crystal River, which was about halfway, 60 miles or something, and then did the other thing. But it was an overnight sail. It was pretty nice, pretty uneventful. Just, without an auto helm, it's just a little daunting to stay on the tiller overnight. I'm not very good at that, and so we made it work. All right, let's take a look at it. All right, we left on our big crossing from Carrabelle. Basically, we went out to Dog Island and anchored one night, which was really horrible. The wind picked up, so we had to come back in, and we had to wait another day, and then we made the jump from Carrabelle. Theoretically, we wanted to go all the way to Fort Myers, which is 114 miles, but as anybody knows, I'm not a big fan of the overnight, especially without an autopilot. So what we did, we ended up doing actually an overnight, which it wasn't too bad, but we went into Crystal River, and that shortened it down to the next following day, and then down to Fort Myers. So it made it really nice. But when going into Crystal River, it was nice getting up in there because we went and snorkeled with the manatees. So it was a great place to go into and hang out. We had a lot of fun there.
Oh. Oh, ew.
So we stayed in Crystal River really for about 5 days. It was nice. It was a long process getting up into the channels. There was about 20 miles of more or less channels, and then to get all the way up into the little town in the anchorage. But it turned out to be great. We were able to go over and use the Holiday Inn's hot tub. I think it was the Best Western's hot tub, and we met some cool people over there that were staying, so they let us use the hot tub and stuff there. And we snorkeled with the manatees, which was amazing, and some of the footage here is really cool. The manatees are awesome. A lot of regulations on the manatees, which I knew about. You're not to touch them or pet them or anything unless they come up to you. You don't want to wear fins when you're snorkeling and stuff, because you kind of kick up the debris. You don't want to, when you go up into the Three Sisters Creek, you don't want to lay your anchor down on the shore or anything like that. You can't tie up any debris. It's really restricted quite a bit, but it was pretty cool place to go in and enjoy them. And the manatees are just really an amazing creature. Really, they don't have any real enemies. They just more or less just hang out, and the babies will stay with their mothers for about 3 years before leaving. And we got some footage of one mother and a baby. And they're just really neat creatures, and really we had a lot of fun with them, and we were able to pet them. We had one that kind of kept chasing my daughter around and just wouldn't leave her alone, just would nuzzle up against her, and she would roll over on its back, and she could scratch its belly. And I mean, I don't know what if it was a male or a female, but it sure wanted to stay around her. So that was pretty cool. And we had one that come up to the boat and just kept bobbing its head up and wanted to be scratched on the top of the head. And we did find that the ones that have barnacles on them are actually migrating manatees that come from the ocean, and the ones that are really clean are actually native to Three Sisters Creek and kind of hang around all the time there and stuff. And they'll use the boats to come up and rub their backs and scratch their backs and get the barnacles off and stuff. So it was really cool. We had a great time there. I'd recommend to anyone if they can go up into Crystal River and anchor and spend a couple of days. It's really cool. And then snorkel with the manatees. It's really well worth it, without a doubt. And it cost, I don't know, 30 or 40 bucks or something to do it. But again, it was nice that we were able to do it for free because we had our dinghy and our sailboat. So